RG3's latest statements where he puts his foot in his mouth, says, I feel like I'm the best quarterback in the league, and I have to go out and show that. Does it bother you? Does it make you laugh? Do you feel sad for the guy? Or do you think we're just making a mountain out of a molehill, parsing his words once again?
How's it parsing his words? He said he's the best quarterback in the league. I don't see how we're parsing anything.
Well, because he didn't say – because he immediately couched it with there are guys that have accomplished a lot more than me, but I just have to go into it thinking.
Well, that's the fact.
Yeah.
He's basically talking about his mindset.
He's talking about his mindset. He's talking about for whatever reason, he's one of these guys that thinks he has to be the best at it. Like, why can't you just say, you know what? I'm one of the best in the world. I've got one of the top 32 jobs in the entire world. Like, that would be good enough.
Right.
But he has to
not
think,
good enough.
He has to think that he's the best. That's the only way he can be motivated. Or why not just think, you know what? I've had an incredible career up to this point, but I still got so much more that I need to do to accomplish at this level. I got to work so much harder. I think that would be a better mindset.
He's better off doing his Belichick from, was it last year when he talked about getting ready for San Francisco, that whole bit?
Oh, yeah.
Where that's all he talked about?
He did so well.
He's better off going that route.
He did so well.
Than giving people ammunition like this.
He didn't talk like the whole offseason.
Right.
And all of a sudden now he's talking.
Right.
We got 2 weeks left.
He can't stop chirping.
Please.
We struck a nerve. Usually in the 6 o'clock hour when we throw out the number and we want to talk skins or any other time, gnats. It's crickets.
Right.
But people want to talk about this.
Yeah.
All right, let's bang out some of these.
They love this.
It's just crazy. Let's go to Greg in Lexington Park. Greg, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Junkies.
Hey, good morning, guys. What's going on?
What's up?
Hey, pal.
Hey, I think we should cut him some slack. Of course, I'm a typical Skins fan saying that. But, I mean, obviously, we all understand that RG does not think he's the best quarterback in the league. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
All right.
Well, yeah, you would hope that he doesn't think that.
You want to play it again from the beginning for people that are just getting in their cars?
RG3.
Not the update.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have to come out here and show anybody anything or why I'm better than this guy or better than that guy. It's more about going out and affirming that. For me, I go out and I play. I know I'm the best quarterback on this team. I know I feel like I'm the best quarterback in the league, and I have to go out and show that. Any athlete at any level, if they concede to someone else, they're not a top competitor. They're not trying to be the best that they can be. There's guys in this league that have done way more than me. But I still view myself as the best because that's what I work towards every single day. So when I step out on that field, it's time for me to go out and prove it, and that's what I do every time.
Yeah. Said it twice.
Did he say it's time for me to go out and try to prove it, or just go out and prove it?
I think.
And show anybody. I don't feel like I have to come out here and show anybody anything or why I'm better than this guy or better than that guy. It's more about going out and affirming that. For me, I go out and I play. I know I'm the best quarterback on this team. I know I feel like I'm the best quarterback in the league, and I have to go out and show that. Any athlete at any level, if they concede to someone else, they're not a top competitor. They're not trying to be the best that they can be. There's guys in this league that have done way more than me. But I still view myself as the best because that's what I work towards every single day. So when I step out on that field, it's time for me to go out and prove it, and that's what I do every time.
I know it's nitpicking, but he does have to prove that he can play in the league. He does have that to prove.
Oh, of course he does.
Oh, yeah,
Even though he says it there at the beginning. He's like, I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Oh, you have a lot to prove.
Well, it's just, I'm telling you, it's just screaming his insecurity.
Yeah.
And it would be different if it was a top quarterback saying these kinds of things. But this is a guy literally fighting for his professional career.
Right. He's at a crossroads here.
And he says he doesn't have to prove that he's the best quarterback on the team. It's just a matter of affirming it. Like it's a given.
Yeah. Yeah,
He wants that.
It's not a given.
He wants that narrative out there.
It's not a given.
And that shows, again, it's the insecurity.
It's just the wrong thing to say.
It throws your teammates under the bus. It rubs everybody the wrong way.
And then that's what the media wants to talk about for the next 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, you just gave us something for no reason.
He makes his life harder.
He does. He doesn't understand it. Again, he's a social moron.
I agree.
He's just a weirdo. He's into socks. I mean, I don't know. It's just weird.
Do you realize what's going to happen after the preseason game on Thursday?
He's just going to only be asked about this?
Well, if he just throws out a dud of a performance, and then everyone's just going to say, best quarterback in the league, huh?
Well, what happens every time he goes to an opposing stadium? He's going to hear that from every fan in the building.
Somebody had a brilliant tweet to me yesterday when I was kind of going off and losing my mind. Because I was just, and I understood the context of it, but just I was parsing every word, and I was just, I couldn't let it go. He's like, if I had $1 for every time Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers said what RG3 said.
You'd be dirt poor.
He said, I'd have exactly $0.
Right. You'd have nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd have lint in your pocket.
I'd have exactly $0.
He's right.
Because the best players in the league, they don't even need to say it.
Right.
You just do it. You don't need to say it. You don't. And again, he doesn't. I really think he's a nice person with a good heart and a good soul. He just doesn't know how to say things. And he's inadvertently throwing. He's just driving the bus right over Kirk Cousins and Colt McCoy. Guys, you got to sit in the meeting room with all the time. I mean, who wants to be around a guy who's constantly telling everyone how great he is and he's the best one on the team and everyone else thinks it's not even close? Who wants to be around a guy like that?
I would just like to be a fly on the wall.
It's just so fun.
When Kirk and Colt are separate from Robert,
right.
And they're talking about
all
it.
the joning.
I would love to see it.
And people can blame the media all they want. We didn't say it. He said it.
But if he plays well, it's all forgiven.
Of course.
If he were able to somehow play well.
Over an extended period.
Yes. If he came back and delivered wins and started running all over the field like he did a few years ago, I don't think anybody expects him to be the world's greatest passer. But if he has that combination of running and passing, which
you could be pretty
him
good.
special.
You could be pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, the ball's in his court.
And they win
no doubt.
games, then nobody's going to care.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, all those guys, maybe they don't say it, but they could say it, and nobody would really care.
Because they have a clue. They're not interested in just bragging.
They're
everywhere
socially
they are.
aware.
Yeah, they're aware.
They're veterans, but you don't hear the young guys saying it either. You don't see Andrew Luck saying it. You don't see Tannehill saying it.
Although somebody alluded that Winston comes pretty close. He thinks he's pretty special.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Let's go to Jerry in Waldorf. Jerry, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Hey, honestly, the whole best quarterback in the league thing, I mean, I get what he's trying to say with that. He's just trying to puff out his chest and kind of reaffirm his confidence. Honestly, I would find the whole I don't feel like I need to prove myself thing a lot more problematic because that shows a distinct lack of awareness of his situation.
Mm-hmm.
Right, of course.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He thinks it's a given that he's the best guy on the team, let alone the best guy in the league, which he's not.
That actually
bothers
me more.
He may not be the best guy on the team.
That bothers me more. He says, I know I'm the best quarterback on this team.
Well, if
really?
I was
because your head coach didn't know that because he benched you twice.
Well, it would really bother me if I was his teammate. If I was his quarterback.
It makes it uneasy in the
Kirk
locker
Cousins
room.
or Colt McCoy, I'd read those things.
It bothers
them. They're just with their boys having a beer, and they're like, "Can you believe this guy?"
Actually, I'd show up.
100% chance.
If I was Kirk Cousins, I'd jump in the meeting room and say, "Hey, RG, here are my stats from last season. Tell me why you're better than me."
Yeah. Honestly, it does. It speaks to an immaturity. He's got the maturity level of about a 12-year-old.
Also, the fact he's been coddled throughout his life.
Right. That's all ties in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's an athletic freak. There's no question about it. And his ceiling may be extremely high, but he hasn't proven it on a consistent level anywhere close to the point where he's not the unanimous #1 guy on this team in most people's minds. It's wide open. His career in D.C. is hanging in the balance. If he doesn't go out there and ball his first 5 or 6 games, I'd be willing to bet a large chunk of money he gets benched. Anybody want to take the bet?
No, of course not.
Right.
I make a lot of bad bets. I won't take that bet.
Yeah, who's going to bet on Robert right at this point?
Let's go to Josh in Waldorf. Josh, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Junkies.
Not much. Thanks for taking my call. I was just calling to say that in one breath, he contradicted by saying that he had nothing to prove. And then at the end of his sentence, he said that he had to go out and prove it. And that's what I think bothers people is he goes out and says that he has nothing to prove. And in that same sentence, he contradicts himself, and that's why the whole thing's fucked up in the nerve.
Don't curse.
Yeah, I mean, you have to ask yourself, all right, what does he mean when he's talking?
I wish I went back to what I decided 2 years ago, that everything out of his mouth is meaningless.
Well,
got to go back to that. But I just got to go back. We can't. Just have to ignore it.
You can't help yourself.
It's fodder.
No, but sometimes when other people say things, there's real. You listen, and there's real meaning.
There's substance to what they're saying.
Yeah, but he just talks. He just talks. It's like
he probably
self-talk.
doesn't even know what he's
and he's trying to pump
say.
himself up. You know, it's a whole weird thing. And God, I really do believe he's a good guy. I'm not trying to beat him up.
He likes to use all the sports cliches. He tries to sound smart.
Know your why.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't.
Oh, I hate all that cakes. I hate all the T-shirts.
No diamonds, no pressure. Is that right?
I hate
or
all
no
the
pressure,
slogans.
no diamonds. I can't keep them.
But again,
straight.
he makes it harder for himself when he does this.
I think he's got more slogans than touchdowns.
Oh, that's
he
a
definitely does.
certainty.
Let's go to Jay, Charlestown. Jay, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's up, Jack?
Hey, pal.
I think this guy, man, I'm trying to go with this guy, man, but I think sometimes he's kind of delusional. I mean, I think sometimes he's taking other people's words and trying to use them as his own, but then he goes too far. Like, for example, I mean, you all kind of stole my thunder, but when he says he has nothing to prove, well, if you have nothing to prove, what's the point of OTAs, training camp, preseason? You have to prove that you're one of the best 53 on the field. And that further, to me, that goes to show, like, this job has been handed to him, and he just doesn't know what to do. He can't appreciate it.
Yeah.
And as far as, he's not better than, in my opinion, he's not better than Kirk Cousins at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kirk Cousins, okay, he played against second stringers. He did what you're supposed to do against second stringers. If he'd have went out there and struggled, then it'd have been a story for something else.
Mm-hmm.
But RG3, he just doesn't know when to stop. I mean, when you think about the Pro Bowl comment, we have no Pro Bowlers. I mean, you can kind of see where he's going,
Right.
but then he just opens his mouth wider and just puts a size 15 shoe
He does.
around the back of his neck, right back in his mouth, man. And it makes it hard to like the guy. I want to like him, but he just doesn't know when to stop.
I'm with you.
I'll hang up and listen to your comment.
Listen,
No, all good points there, buddy.
I
All good
think
points.
he can't help it because I think there's a psychological. I think he's probably a narcissist, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's been told he's the best since he was 6.
Right. So it's all self-focused stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't take his and he try within those comments he tries to throw he say nice things about his teammates, but then he throws them under the bus in the same paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes out wrong every
Yeah.
time he opens his mouth.
Yeah.
In these type of situations. But maybe we're parsing his words, and I think performance matters. So that's why we're giving him a hard time. If he was playing well, we got no problem. Say, look, this is the bravado, the athletic arrogance you need to be the best.
Yeah, when you play well,
Problem
you get away
is,
with murder.
He had 4 touchdowns, 6 picks,
I'm willing
and 9
to work
fumbles last
as
year.
his PR consultant.
Yes.
I will pull him aside, and we.
But not for free.
Oh,
Not for
no,
free.
no. Consultants get paid.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
no,
get
I-
paid.
paid well.
I would work for free.
And for him, you got to get a nice check.
Yes.
'Cause
Absolutely.
it's going to be
yeah.
hard.
As a Skins fan, Jason, I would work for free.
That's going to be
You can work pro
it'll be a
bono.
daily
I would.
job.
If I got the job, I'm getting paid.
All right, taking more of your calls next at 800-636-1067. How does RG3's his statements, how do they make you feel as a Redskins fan?